Hi, this is Alan Bonneville, and today is day 6 of the Civil Rights Fast, asking for the filing of the American Equality Bill, which adds sexual orientation and gender identity to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. The past day has been very trying, mostly the end of yesterday and parts of today. Yesterday I broke down and cried for the second time, but this time it was a little bit more. It felt really good to cry, get things out. I was upset because I'm very impatient. I've never been patient with anything in my life, and fasting is one of the hardest things for me because it requires eternal patience. I want to see this bill filed. I want to see it done already. But I know it takes an army of people to rise up to make things happen. Sometimes it takes small numbers of just people who won't go away, but to build towards something that's going to radically change this country, we need lots and lots of people of all backgrounds and allies and queer people and everybody to make this happen. All working in a cacophony together, just everyone doing their own thing, banding together where they band together, not where they decide not to. Just doing action, just taking the movement into their hands. Also last night, it was kind of funny, Yana was, she came into me in the bedroom. I was watching a movie, just kind of lying peacefully, and she said that a New York Times reporter was interested in talking to us about everything that's been going on, and my response to her was, I want to throw up, but it had nothing to do with that. The timing was just right. I had been feeling very nauseous, and as it turns out, I went and I did throw up, and threw up a bucket of bile, basically, and mucus and just toxins that were in my body. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up again. And I felt a lot better after that, and then because I've had this drainage, this constant mucus drainage, I ended up doing an enema to try to get stuff out of me the other end, because just there's so much toxin coming out of my body. Like I talked, I think yesterday, about the smell. It's disgusting. It's funny because one of my sisters has a really sensitive nose, and growing up I always used to make fun of her because she would always she would just, I don't know, I'd have something in the other room and she'd be like, I can smell that, it smells gross, and I'm like, no you can't. I always denied she couldn't smell it, because she had really bad smelling feet too, so I thought that she just couldn't smell, or that she had selective sensitive sense of smell. But now I can empathize with her. Her feet still smell bad, though, I will say that. I don't know why she can't smell those. Because my sense of smell is just off the charts. It's disgusting. Also, I should say, you see a different background. Today we've moved, thankfully. We're at a hotel in Manhattan now, which is going to make it a lot easier to get around this week, because there's a lot of stuff that we'd like to try to do. Go visit the Statue of Liberty, go back to Gillibrand's office, do it at times of day when other people can join us, like after work hours and things. And so we've been driving like 45 minutes to get into the city each day to do stuff that we've done, and it's been exhausting for me. So this is going to be a lot better, that we can just take cabs just easily to different places. And I think finally I'd like to just say that, this morning we went to the MCC New York, the Joy MCC, or MCC Church, for a fantastic service. I'm not a religious person or a person of faith anymore, but the sermon that the preacher gave was just dead on, and it was all about personal responsibility. It was all about not waiting to take things into your hands. And it was, oh, she's so brilliant. This woman is just like just brilliant. And she really moved the crowd, and it was such a diverse crowd of people. It made me feel so happy to be in such a group. It was just really, it gave me a lot of energy. And then tonight, Yana and I went to the Queer Rising meeting, because no matter how I feel like being engaged on a weekly basis in the direct action efforts of a group is so important to continue just pounding home, planning for the next action and just doing the next thing, and being face to face with a group of people who are like-minded, who feel like the time has come for us to take the movement into our hands. And I presented an action idea, basically to get people to hold hands outside of Senator Gillibrand's office, with signs saying things about, we want to be able to hold hands anywhere in our country with our partners, that sort of thing. This idea that we want full civil rights so that it starts to root out this transphobia and homophobia. And then also to do a sit-in in her lobby, which would be an arrest risk action. And the group, rejected it. The group's had a lot of problems, or issues, not problems, they've had a lot of issues with a lot of the stuff that we've been doing with the Queer SOS Vigil and with this, FAST and everything. And that's totally cool. And what's important about this, the reason I mention all this, is that we're going to throw this out to the broader community and see if anyone's interested, to come in town to risk arrest for this, or to be part of a hand chain, a non-arrest risk, just holding hands type of thing. And what's important is that when you're working with your groups, is to never let your ego take over and think that the group should serve your needs. I've thrown out several action ideas to Queer Rising, and I don't know, 1 in 3, I don't know the numbers, but a lot of them get rejected. And that's important, because not every idea is going to resonate with every group of people, and that's totally fine. And it keeps you in that place to know that you are just a speck. We are all just like a teeny little speck in this movement. And, a lot of people say I have ego about this work that I'm doing. I assure you, I wouldn't stop eating because I have an ego about this work. I know my ego, and I check it as much as I can. But fasting for something that I don't think we should wait a day longer for, it does not come from a place of ego. But only I can know that. People can think whatever they want. So anyway, this was day 6. I'm quite exhausted. I'm restless. We'll see how much sleep I get tonight. Hopefully I'll just pass out. But my sleeping's been a little spotty. And I'm very grateful that we're in the city right now. We're not in an apartment building where we were before, where you could smell food being made. That was a bother. That's it. Thanks.